A Shaolin monk has just hurled a needle through glass to burst the balloon behind it. Here's a monk getting beat repeatedly with a stick until the stick literally breaks. Here's a Shaolin using a lightsaber while displaying incredible moves across the stage in front of a large audience. This training is known as Iron Crotch, with its goal being to build up tolerance to their private parts. They're able to take these massive blows using a special method of breathing called Qigong, which allows them to withstand powerful blows to any part of their body. When you think of a monk, you may think of a peaceful old man sitting in some sort of church praying, but the Shaolin monk is far from that. The Shaolin were originally believers in God who had nothing to do with martial arts. But when their dynasty was repeatedly threatened, the monks continued to practice ancient defense and fighting techniques to be able to go into battle. Since then, the Shaolin have continued to refine their techniques and train anyone who follows, training around 8 hours per day. Since the 16th century, the monks practiced a total of 72 exercises used to defeat their opponents, including punching, kicking, grappling, stick fighting, and attacking using pressure points. Today, over 500 years later, the monks now have 170 specific exercises to train, making them near unbeatable in any sort of mixed martial arts. So how does one become a Shaolin monk? And what are the steps that one must take to become one of the best warriors in the world? There are plenty of places where you can go to learn mixed martial arts and be a professional, but being a Shaolin monk requires a lot more. Being a Shaolin is not a quick process. You'll need to dedicate your entire life to the practice. The most important aspect to becoming a monk is dedication and commitment. You will then need to seek out a temple and find a master to guide you through the training program. The master will give you a series of tests that examine your mental and physical abilities, and if you pass, you'll be accepted into ordination, where a ceremony will be held to mark your full commitment to the Shaolin lifestyle. Even the youngest train for more than 5 hours a day, starting their training as early as 3 years old and training 7 days a week. They wake up around 4 AM and are vegetarians. Outside of the rigorous training, the younger monks will cook and clean for the senior monks. Most monks are not allowed to get married as it is a distraction. They also shave their head, as it is believed having no hair will allow them to worry less. The consumption of meat, tobacco, drugs, and alcohol are strictly prohibited. They don't believe in material possessions, meaning if you decide to become a monk, you must give up all your material belongings and dedicate your entire focus and energy to becoming a Shaolin. Even though this sounds challenging and intense, the results speak for themselves. Here are some of the most impressive skills of the Shaolin monk. Before we dive in, tap the thumbs up button on this video if you are enjoying the content. It helps out the channel a lot. The Shaolin are able to concentrate the entire force of their body in one spot. They can hurl tiny needles through glass to pop balloons on the other side. This ability gives them the power to focus all their energy and might into one target, giving them the strength to cut through bricks and to knock off stones with a clean cut, using just their hands. Even being able to balance their entire body weight on just 2 fingers is no problem for a Shaolin monk. They can also focus their energy on body parts for extreme resistance. For example, as you can see from this monk, his entire weight is pinned on his head on a piece of thin steel. As for anyone else doing this, they would injure themselves. The Shaolin have extreme pain tolerance, and laying down on sharp objects such as knives or boards filled with nails is no problem for the monk. The Shaolin display an incredible amount of speed and power in their action. Not only can they kick and punch extremely hard, but are also superior to their opponent in speed and agility. Even if the opponent is able to get down the Shaolin monk, he is back up on his feet in a fraction of a second, as if nothing ever happened. The Shaolin have been trained so well to take incredible amounts of pain, they can take massive blows to the private area, capable of standing straight after getting kicked in the privates multiple times. While people may need to use tools and objects to defend themselves, the Shaolin use their entire bodies as weapons. So dangerous without tools, you can only imagine how dangerous they are with them. One of their most common fighting tools are long sticks, shields, and poles. They use them with incredible precision and accuracy. The Shaolin monk is extremely versatile, and this is the reason no one can defeat them in a combat situation. They have mastered a wide array of fighting techniques, allowing them to take on any opponent in the world. They train their entire lives and are not to be messed with. They possess extraordinary power and lethal combat skills that are next level in the world of combat sports. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.